Hi everyone, Ed here from Solute Quest. Today is unboxing day, and I finally took the plunge into Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. So it took me quite a bit of time to actually decide to get this. I gotta say, the horrible bases that this game brings really put me off, and I never got it. But it's on so many people's top lists of solo games and the top dungeon crawlers. Now, I'm a big, huge fan of dungeon crawlers. I like apps in games, so I just chose to ignore the ugly bases and finally get Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. So I'm going to show you the unboxing of this very big box. This is a pretty large one. This is, it's similar to the new Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth in the sense that it requires a digital companion app to take you through the scenarios. I don't think there's a campaign on this one, while the Lord of the Rings one, it has, a big campaign. You go through a few scenarios with a big story arc. In here, not so much. There's different scenarios, disconnected scenarios. But still, it's in a pretty cool universe that I like, the Lovecraftian universe. So it does seem like a very good game. It's just, well, the bases were really putting me off. But yeah, I got over that and finally acquired Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. I'll also be doing an unboxing for each of the expansions, each of the retail expansions. But not the older one, not the smaller, the tile and miniature ones. I didn't manage to get my hands on those. So I will be showing later on the Horrific Journeys, Streets of Arkham, the Sanctum of Twilight, and the Beyond the Threshold unboxing as well. So there's a lot of stuff for Mansions of Madness coming up. And then, yeah, we're going to go and do a few, at least one playthrough. But, I mean, if people want to see more, then yeah, sure, I'll give you more. And we're going to go through a few scenarios, but it's going to be up to you, the viewer. So, with that said, let's get into this big, big box. As you can see, pretty big, pretty thick, large box. It's not as heavy as the size would suggest. I think I wouldn't be able to lift it as easily, but no, it's not that bad. So the plastic is off. Let's get inside of this one and see what we get. So the tiles do seem, from the playthroughs I saw, the tiles seem to be very, very good. One of the best tiles, I gotta say, in terms of design for dungeon crawlers. Really, really nice looking. So here is the cover without the plastic, without all of that glare. Pretty cool. I like the artwork. There you go. Now the sides of the box, I'll try to show you everything. So we have this one, it's pretty cool. I like the look on it. There's this one with this huge Cthulhian Lovecraftian minion here. And here we have the man himself, Cthulhu. This is probably my favorite. And then there's this guy here, who I have no idea who it is. He's about to open a door. Don't know who this guy is. But let's look at the back. So there you go. Here's a few miniatures. Here's some of those lovely tiles I was talking about, and the ugly bases I was also talking about. I think this is the Cthulhu figure. Not a big fan of this one, I gotta say. Although the other ones do look pretty nice. So, but better to show you than to tell you, right? So let's actually open up the box and see what's inside. See those miniatures and those lovely tiles, and actually have a better formed opinion about it. So, on top of it, we got the FFG catalog with a lot of stuff. This is a big one, not going to show you this. Okay, Mansions of Madness, stop. It requires a free digital companion app. Okay, you can get it on iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows. So you can get it in pretty much any system. Although, if you do buy it, let's say you buy it on Windows, on the Steam store, let's say you buy, so the app is free, but then there's downloadable content that you can pay, like additional scenarios. You can pay and buy and have those additional scenarios. If you buy them on Steam, they won't be available for your app on other systems like Android or iOS. Okay, it's not an interconnected. They're not interconnected. The apps on different systems, so you would have to buy then those scenarios again on Android or on iOS. Okay, so what you buy is only for that system. Of course, if you have two Android systems, then yeah, there's going to be that connection, or to computers with a Steam account, of course. And yeah, here's a little glimpse of the app, the in-game interface. There you go, and monster menu interface. I'm not going to go too much into this. I mean, we'll have a look at it in our playthrough itself. So let's put this aside for now. So we have a Learn to Play book. So this is kind of a staple, I guess, with FFG games as well right now. So you have two books, two rules books, I would say. So there's one Learn to Play with more of the basic stuff. It has, you know, explains the rules, it shows you pictures, all of that. And then there's a rules reference. This is like a glossary, I would say, where you're going to look up, let's say you have a doubt with a certain aspect of the game, like, I don't know, like darkness. Yeah, sure. You're there by alphabetical order. You're going to look up darkness, and then it explains all the rules that are, you know, that involve this keyword darkness. Okay, if you want to know something about conditions, then there's the entry about conditions. So yeah, that's pretty much a staple. I like it because it allows you to read this rule book, which it would make it much larger if they had put all of it in one book and maybe harder to find stuff. But this way it's actually better. I actually like it. So here are the components list. Here are some of the tokens. So a lot of pictures showing the app itself, how to use the app, the search action, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Monster activation. So a lot of the rulebook is showing the app. These are all examples in the app, which is pretty cool. You won't, I don't think there's going to be much doubt on how to use the app with the game itself. So as you can see, a lot of pictures. I mean, a lot of the stuff is going to be handed out by the app. So there's puzzles, which is nice. So there's probably not too many rules that you really need to know up front. I guess the app is going to basically direct you around in the game, tell you what to do. Maybe there's different rules for each scenario. So yeah, it does rely heavily on that, which does allow the game to kind of open up. I'm a fan of apps, if you hadn't noticed yet. I'm a fan of app in board games. I have no problem with that. I get that a lot of people don't like them. I get it. You're trying to, you know, go out of the digital world for a while when you take on a board game. But I mean, for this, I like it. For a dungeon crawler, it does provide a very nice way to tell a story and to surprise you while playing a game. It can really go outside of the box. Literally outside of the box. That's my opinion, at least. So after that book, we have a whole bunch of sheets. There's nine cardboard sheets. Then there's a lot of stuff in here. We're going to take a look at those next. So let's just see these cardboard thingies where we have those tiles that I was raving about. They do seem nice. I just need to get this plastic off. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay, so quite eager to take a look into this one because it does look really, really cool. There we go. So a lot of intricate design that went into these tiles. I gotta say, look at this. There's a lot of stuff here. So this is an attic. Little bed here. Cardboard stuff stored. There you go. Attic stairs. So I mean, they are very detailed. The whole corner, number 3. Look at this bathroom. It's like really, really detailed. I mean, the drawing on these is amazing. I think, yeah, they are probably. Look at this. The table. Look at all the detail on this table. In this bedroom. I mean, look at the detail on everything in this bedroom. The paintings here on the wall. I mean, this is probably my oh, and there's, okay, cool, they're different on the other side. They are probably my favorite tiles in terms of dungeon crawler. I don't know if there's another one that fancies me tickles me as much as these ones. I really, really love all the detail that these have. I mean, look at this. Look at, really, like, it's really intricate. I don't know how to better put it. Is a park pond here. There's a street tile. All of these cobblestones, like, really, really detailed. Even the tokens here. So let me take one of these off. Stuff that you can place in the tiles themselves. I mean, even the tokens are pretty detailed. I really like it. So yeah, that's the first sheet. Then on this one, and the colors are pretty good as well. So there's a ballroom here. There we go. We have a bell tower with the bell itself. We have another bedroom here, which is a little bit different from the other one. Also a table. I mean, I don't know if they reused the actually, let me see if they reused the artwork on the table. If it's exactly the same or there's differences. Okay, it is different. Yep, it is different. So the lamp is the same, which makes sense. But what's on the rest of the stuff on the table is actually different. So they didn't actually reuse the tables completely. Which, yeah, again, the guy who did this, Jesus Christ, you're amazing. Nice, very nice tile artist, I gotta say. So a few fire tokens here, a little clue token in here. And on the other side we have, there's a warehouse with a lot of crates. We have an alley with a trash can spilled over. We have like lamps that went out. We have a street corner here. I didn't know, I gotta confess, I didn't know there were tiles for outdoors. I thought that it was all inside, indoors, like all in a house, a mansion, stuff like that. I didn't know there were actually outside tiles, which is cool. So here we have billiards room. There we go, with a billiards table right there in the middle, a little bit of a bar here, it seems. We also have this basement tile. I hope the glare isn't too much, sorry if it is. The entry hall, some more fire tokens and a clue token. On the other side, oh, this one looks cool. It's a flea market. It looks amazing, Jesus, it's really cool. Street corner, there you go. And alley ends. I'm a much bigger fan, I'll say up front, of these dividers here. So they are a bit subtle, you know, these space dividers. They are much more subtle than the Arkham Horror 3rd Edition divider tiles. I don't know if you guys saw that yet. I have an unboxing here on the channel. You can take a look at it. It's one of my main gripes with the game. I haven't really shown it here too much on the channel or talked about it, but it's probably one of my, or maybe even my main gripe with the game is the dividers on the scenario, on the, not the scenario, the, you know, the spaces where when you're moving. They are like really white, really thick, and they really put off from the whole map experience. These ones are much more subtle. They're kind of transparent. You kind of have, you know, the artwork underneath the divider, the space divider. I don't know if you can see it here, if it's clear enough. But yeah, it is transparent, like on the Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. Why didn't they do this? It would look much, much better, but oh well. So, why is this white here? I think there's something went... Oh, is this actually a lamp? Oh, okay, this is actually a white lamp. Okay, I didn't... Never mind. So, this is the yard, number 2. So again, outdoorsy. This is the garden path. It looks really cool. Look at this. Really like this one. This is the hall number 1. A few more tokens in here. And on the other side, we have a front street. We have a dock, number 2. A storefront. There's so much different stuff. Really. A moldy shack, like on a beach. Oh, beach, moldy shack. Okay, so yeah. This is actually 2 different areas, I guess. There's a lot of different stuff. Really, I thought it was all indoors, but nice surprise here. All of the stuff I saw was indoors. I didn't saw any playthrough outdoors, so that's a cool surprise for me. Okay, we have a dining room here. Very nice. We have a kitchen tile. We have a hall corner here. Some more of these. And a hall number 2. A bit more deserted, this one. And on this side, we have another dock tile. We have a big town square with a big fountain. And we have another alley corner and some more of these tokens. Okay, going into sheet number 6. This is the interior hall, which has a small bedroom in here and another small bedroom in here. Again, the walls have these paintings, very intricate. Once more, we have a hall corner number 2 in here, and we have a hall end in here, and some more of these little tokens, which I don't know what they're for. We have another street corner. We have a yard here with a root cellar. This is a whole tile. And in here we have an alley corner with a big trash can on fire. Oh, this one looks really, really nice. It's one of my favorites, the lobby. I love the look on this. It's a big one. We have the office. We also have the library. We haven't seen the kitchen yet, have we? Library is kind of small. I was expecting more books on the library. I've shown you the office, I think, and some more tokens. On the corner, we have a yard here with a small tool shed in the middle. We have in here a yard as well, a bit of a yard. Oh, a houseboat. This looks really nice with a cabin right there in the middle. This is really cool. I really like this one as well. A few more tokens for the game itself. Okay, we're approaching the end of these. We have a lounge. A lot of spaces on this one. Very populated. The tile is really populated with a lot of artwork, a lot of items, a lot of stuff. Hall stairs. There you go. Right here. We also have a study. Some other tokens, I don't know, for NPCs or something like that. We have a pier here for our docks. We have a street tile. We have a rental dock and a rental shack with the other side of those tokens. Okay, and so did we see the kitchen? Maybe we did, and I can't remember. And in here we have a few monster tokens. So we have our cultists, we have our deep ones, hunting horrors, deep one hybrid, a ghost. We have a child of Dagon, priest of Dagon, riots, and star spawns. And then we have all of these tokens, probably for our characters themselves, I would assume. This one, I don't know what it is for. And a few more tokens. So for books, bookcases, closets, stuff to populate the tiles, I would guess, and some other tokens in here on the sides as well. And in here we have the abilities of these creatures, these enemies, and the name of the characters. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff. Even these decoration furniture tiles, I would say, have different stuff on the other side. So a lot of variety on these sheets. So with that said, let's take a look at the rest of the stuff. Okay, so after all of that cardboard stuff, let's take a look at the rest of the things inside the box. We have a few dice here with the usual Arkham Horror iconography that went out. So we have blanks here. This is a D8. We have a blank side, we have a clue side, and we have an Elder Sign side as well. So that's all the stuff you can get on these 5 dice that are included in the game. I think that's all the dice we get. I would say so. Then we have those ugly boxes, base boxes, not boxes, the miniature bases I was talking about, which I'm really not a fan of. So miniatures go on here, and we can pick up those tiles that I just showed you. And they actually, let me take one out, and they actually, you'll fit them somehow in here on, I don't know how they fit actually. I don't know how you put them on. But you're supposed to place these, the tiles below this. Basically, the idea is that you'll have like this, let me try to show you this. You'll have the stats showing up here on these little holes, so you'll know the which miniature. Damn it, can't seem to focus this. Let me try to zoom in. So you'll know which minion you have. So can you see the stats? There you go. You'll know which minion you have, but you don't know the ability of the minion itself. That will be hidden on the back side. So these somehow fit in here. It's weird. How do they fit actually? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. There you go. It's they slide. Okay, so they slide from down under. So you put them here, and there you go. So they slide in like this. All right, cool. So again, as you can see, you have the abilities right here, and you'll have the stats up here, and then you can place the miniature on this little hole, and there you go. So the base, while functionally it's cool, everything is hidden, blah blah blah, it doesn't look as good on the table, because it actually, you know, it covers those beautiful tiles, and the tiles are much better looking than this black huge base. So yeah, there's this one and a whole bunch of other ones in different sizes. There's smaller ones, bigger ones for the big minions. I'm not going to show you all of them. They're pretty much the same, I would guess. Also on the box, there's I didn't know this was in here as well. So there's a conversion kit, it seems. Huh. So I didn't know this was included in the base box. I thought you would have to get this separately. So conversion kit for the first edition of Mansions of Madness. I don't have the first edition, so I don't have any use for this yet. Maybe one day if I find a good bargain, I'll get it and actually give a use to this conversion kit. I'm not going to show you this. It doesn't really matter if you don't have the first edition. If you do, well, at least, yeah, you now know that you can convert your first edition, which is cool. So what else do we have here? So let's take a look at this one first. So our characters themselves. So there you go. So we have, oh, I like the sheet. It's pretty cool looking. So we have Agatha Crane. And we have a little lore here. So this game is heavy on story, heavy on lore. The app is going to tell you, big stories, complex, really well-built stories, I would say, with a lot of lore into it. So if you do like storytelling, this is a great game for you, definitely. So Carson Sinclair, that's the guy we didn't know who he was, and here is his story. There you go. I'm not going to go through these, as you might have guessed, or we will be here all day. Father Mateo, this is a priest. His story. We have Min T Pan. This is a regular from the Arkham File series. She's a secretary. We also have Preston Fairmont. He's a millionaire. We have Rita Young, an athlete. So some of these might be familiar to you if you're a big fan of the Arkham File series from FFG. We have Wendy Adams, the urchin. And William Yorick, the Gravedigger. So on the base game we have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters to use in our investigations, our adventures in all of these scenarios. And actually, let me go through the miniatures of our characters themselves. There you go. So here is, don't ask me to remember the names, I really don't. So here's one of them. I don't know who this is. Is it Wendy? I don't know. Maybe it's Wendy Adams. Might be. So we have Wendy. We have this guy. Might be the Gravedigger. Yorick, was it his name? He has a little bit of a shovel. So we have this guy. It's definitely the priest. There you go. He has a cross here, holding a cross. This one is a cool looking miniature. They're not super amazing, but they're cool looking enough. This guy seems to be the old timer. I can't remember his name anymore. The one with the key. This is definitely the athlete because of her pose here. She's a cool pose. I like it. There you go. Simple stuff. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Maybe show you. Yeah, this is better, isn't it? So there you go. This guy. Oh no, this is the old timer. So I don't know who the other one was, but yeah, this is definitely the old timer. He looks like a butler. There you go. And we also have this one. This one looks cool. I like the pose on this. Pretty dynamic. Looks very nice. Okay. And last but not least, we have the secretary. There you go. With some books. She really likes the books. She's not letting go of those books. There you go. So these are the hero miniatures, or character miniatures, however you want to call them. So, you guys want to see these ones or the cards first? Let's take a look at the cards, and we'll see the miniatures in the end for our enemies. So, not as many cards as I thought there would be, which is actually nice. So it does seem to depend a lot on the app, because there's not that many cards here, which is actually good. I think Arkham has a bit too many cards. I mean, there's a lot of reading on those. So we have these ones. I'm guessing this is kind of an equipment card because of the back. It seems, yeah. Lucky Rabbit's Foot, equipment. There you go. Once per round, you may reroll 1 die. So they have this kind of back, and then there's this flare gun. Okay, so this one must be some sort of a special item, because the back actually explains the rules on it. We have dynamite, 2x4. The door is reinforced with a board. There you go. So let's actually take a look at the equipment you can get. So there's a Derringer. This is a classic in the Arkham horror files. A revolver, an automatic. The 2x4 I was talking about. Arcane manuscript, an axe. Actually, again, let me zoom in on these. There you go, yeah, there you go, much better, isn't it? So bandages, we have brass knuckles. We have a bullseye lantern, some candles. We have a what? Carbine rifle. We have a crowbar. We have some dynamite. Elder Sign pendants. Elder Ward. Fire extinguisher. A flare gun. We have a holy cross. A holy water. Some kerosene lantern. This really takes me back to Arkham Horror 2nd edition. I remember the artwork on some of these. I was a big fan of that game. King James Bible, a knife. Oops. We have a lead pipe, a lucky cigarette case, and a lucky rabbit's foot. So we have these items right here. Then what else do we have? We have this stuff. I'm guessing this is stuff that when you get horror damage, maybe your mind is gonna go crazy. Minor shock. Yeah, these are resolve immunity, blah blah. Yeah, so this is definitely horror things that happen when your investigator takes some horror damage. I would say absolute terror, panic, dementia, sudden shock, horrific, arcana, steely resolve, disoriented. Yeah, this is all bad stuff with related to the mind. And then we have these ones which I guess are related to physical damage. So I'm guessing when you take too much physical damage, this might happen to you as well. So there's a minor injury. There's also just a scratch, old injuries, grievous injury, demoralizing injury, lightheaded, concussion, a back spasm, Jesus Christ, grim resolve, twisted ankle, that's not good, lasting injury, broken arm, broken leg, muscle tear, ruptured eardrum, disfigured, a lot of conditions that might happen to the investigator, a lot of bad stuff. But it's cool, there's a lot of variety on these ones, which I guess it's going to make up for a pretty cool story if a lot of these different stuff happen to you and your investigators. So we have some more cards in here. It seems to have a bit of everything. So a few more items. Let me just go through these ones very quickly. So machete, magnifying glass, meat cleaver, medical textbook, pickaxe, pocket watch, a ritual dagger, some sedatives, a shotgun, shovel, sledgehammer, Tommy gun, a torch, a whiskey, and a wrench. So a few more items for our arsenal. What else do we have? We have these ones that have this very pretty back. So brass key, evidence, conclusive evidence. So this must be just stuff related to the scenario itself, maybe things that we will have to pick up to go forward in the story, in the scenario story. Puzzle box, a ritual component, a rope, silver key, blah blah blah. So I'm guessing these are scenario related. And then we have this back right here, which focused. Oh, I guess these are conditions. There you go. Dazed, restrained, stunned and wounded. So yeah, definitely conditions that we can also pick up. So while there's good stuff, there's also quite a few bad stuff in here. And is this, I think these are more conditions, or maybe stuff that might happen to, oh, these are spells. Okay, Feed the Mind, Flesh Ward, these are classics as well. Instill Bravery, Wither, Shriveling, Wreck. So yeah, classic spells from the Arkham Files. And then there's this, Insane. You can go insane here and look at the back of this card, but do not reveal it to other investigators. So you become insane, and I'm guessing there's there's a whole different effects on being insane. There's Pyromania, One of the Thousand, Crisis of Conscience, Narcissism, Obsessive, Selfish Motives. All of these are unique. So when you go insane, there's a lot of different stuff that can happen to your investigator. So again, very cool stuff. It's going to build up that big story that I was talking about. It does seem a game that is heavy on creating a story for you every time you play a different one. So we're reaching the end of the unboxing. Again, a very classic insert from FFG inside the box, and then we have our miniatures in here. So there aren't that many, because as you saw, there aren't that many monster tokens. There you go, but those expansions really are going to expand all of the content on the game. There's a lot of stuff that we can get. So let me take out the big ones first, get those out of the way. So here is our Cthulhu. He's a bit weird with those wings, but there you go. He's not that bad, actually. He looks worse on the box than he does on your hands. I think this shouldn't be like this, the wing. I think it's a bit disfigured. It does give him a bit of a unique look. I'll have to maybe try to put it a little bit better, the wings. But there you go, this is Cthulhu. It's a big one, big miniature. Oh, there's actually, or this probably isn't Cthulhu. Cthulhu is much bigger than this, right? Yeah, this is some sort of a guardian, because there's two, there can't be two Cthulhus. So never mind me, this probably isn't Cthulhu. Actually, I'll tell you what it is. This is a star spawn. Yes, a star spawn. Why did I think this was Cthulhu? There you go. So, 2 star spawns, big ones. Then there's this dude. This one looks really cool. I like the look on this one. There you go. This is the, which one is it, this one? This is the deep one. I really like the look on it. Very nice looking. Then we also have these. This is our, I would guess this is the Deep One hybrid. Not sure. Oops, sorry. Not sure if this is the hybrid. Might be. Or no, this one is the hybrid, the Deep One hybrid. So the other one, I don't know if it's part of the Riot or who he is actually. This one looks cool, pretty detailed as well. We have our cultists. There you go. Classic cultist figure. So I'm looking just for singles. I've shown this one. I did not show any of these ones. So these might actually be from the Riot. Maybe, yeah. I think this is actually from the Riot. You'll actually probably put all of these different figures in the Riot base. So these two, and probably, yeah, probably this one as well. This might be from the Riot. I would guess, not sure. Don't quote me here. Then there's this one, maybe from the Riot as well. That's probably just too much stuff on the Riot now. Yeah, oh, there's the priest here, the priest of Dagon. Has a big priest hat. And what else? So this is a cultist. I've shown this and this. Is there any more unique? Oh, there you go. There's this one right here as well. This is the hunting horror on, and we're missing the ghost as well. So hunting horror. There you go. It's a snake with wings, basically, but it does look very nice. So some of these are actually pretty cool. I'm just not a big fan of the big one. The Star Spawn looks a bit too static. It looks like a statue. But apart from that, I really like them. So where's the Ghost? It's the one I'm missing. Maybe I've seen it and I've presented it as something else. Ghost. Let me try to find it. Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, I was saying this isn't a Riot. In no way. So this is the Ghost actually. This is not from the Riot, sorry. I shown it with another figure, but yeah, this is from the Ghost figure, and these three I would assume are the Riot ones. These three, probably. Although this one doesn't look like from the Riot either. It looks like a monster of some sort. So you know what? I don't even know. Maybe the other one is from the Riot, and this is the hybrid one. I don't know. But well, that's all for the unique miniatures. That's all you get. Well, that's all I'm saying, as if it was a small content, but no, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of cardboard. I mean, the box is a bit too big for what it brings, but there are so many expansions, you're going to need a big box to store all of this, I gotta say. And there's a way to store all of it, and I'll actually show it right here on the channel. I'm going to showcase the folded space insert for Mansions of Madness 2nd edition, so if you're interested in that, on how to store the base game in all of those, at least those 4 expansions I told you about, the Horrific Journey, Streets of Arkham, Beyond the Threshold, and Sanctum of Twilight, I'm going to have a video on that pretty soon, I would say. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. And yeah, that's it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. More stuff is coming for the game. Even before the playthrough, there's going to be more unboxings of the expansions. And like I said, the showcasing of the folded space insert, which is amazing. It's going to fit everything in here, which is lovely. So that's it from me again for today. Please, if you enjoyed the content, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And yeah, thank you for all of that if you did it. If not, thank you again for just watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye everyone.